Hi, my name is Daniel Murphy, and I just wanted to quickly try to explain a small U-syphon that I created for my indoor grow bed. The U-syphon was created out of a couple pieces of flexible tubing. So as you can see, one half of this, this half is actually going down into a drain, and this half is going down into a filter head like this. So what I did was actually took one of these, which is a tall standpipe, and I cut it in half. So, you know, it would look like this if I hadn't cut it down way down here. And I just took this side and flipped it upside down and shoved it down into the gravel, and took my U-syphon, which is nothing more right now than 3 pieces of flexible, half-inch flexible tubing and 2 L brackets, and I'll just show you what I mean by that. Basically, it's a couple of these things. You know, you just take that and little extra flexible tubing, you see, and I can cut myself that U and put it into those 2 halves of that standpipe drain. So what happens is the water level, once it crests this height, it begins the draining. And the reason why is because the water level will, you know, rise up with, you know, inside of the pipe there and start to go over the edge. And really, it's not until the water level gets over the top of the U-syphon and creates enough down pressure that it starts to clear some of the water bubbles that are actually at the very top of this U-syphon. So once the water bubbles are out of this, you get more throughput, and then what you get is a nice quick drain. So just as I was saying that, the top drain kicked in and drained, and so now it's going to fill this bottom drain. It actually fills and drains this bottom bed generally pretty quickly, as long as there's not a lot of water coming in, of course. So hopefully we'll see this kick in. Now right now there shouldn't be any water coming out, and I'll see if I can just prove that real quick. Basically right there is the pipe, and as you can see, there's no water yet coming out. The water level right now is reaching about the halfway point in the bed. And by the way, all these little pipes and heights and all this was custom for this size bed. I didn't take any math for this or go to any special class. I looked online, saw some other U-syphon videos, and experimented a little bit. So between the bell syphon and this U-syphon, I like this particular setup the best because it's least intrusive. The bell is kind of big. This one is small. Just kind of fits underneath the gravel there and does what it needs to do. So let's see if it's trickling it off. All right. So as you can see, it's at a full out pour. All right. So what's going on now is, you know, let's just say if this particular input weren't adding water, it would suck this whole bed dry because the bottom of the drain over here is all the way against the bottom of the bed. So because it's a syphon action, it's going to suck, and it's going to continue to suck all that water out of the bed. So that's kind of how these flood and drain indoor systems work. Is you know, you're filling up with hydroton here. You're trying to get the water level up to a certain height so that you can you know, get some nice nutrients in your medium, and then you want to drain all the water out and get it, no standing water left in the system, basically. And that cuts down on root rot, and you know, if you're in a hydroponic setup, you want less microbial life, but in my particular setup, it's an aquaponic setup, and microbial life for me is good, so that's no big deal. But Generally, the roots are going to grow faster if they experience periods of dryness. If we keep it really wet, then they're not going to ever have any reason to grow. But anyway, that's the setup, and let's begin. Yep, that's draining. It's doing its job. So as you can see, the water level has started to get back down. All right, so that's it. And I just really was trying to explain that, some of the bell siphons and U siphons that I've seen have been bigger PVC. They've been more complicated. This particular setup is kind of better for an indoor situation where maybe the amount of water going into one of these smaller beds isn't that great. Also keep in mind, if you're dealing with aquaponics, that this wouldn't be good for a first run from your pond, because you get a lot of fish buildup, poop basically, that wouldn't be good for this half-inch. But because I've already run through some beds, dealing with, basically particle-free water, if you will, it's mostly got dissolved nutrients in the water, so it's not going to really clog up these smaller plumbing. All right, that's it. Thank you.